Coming up in today's food adventure.
哇，你好漂亮！你是模特吗？
我是卖藕圆子的，我们家藕圆子吃的越吃越漂亮哦。
Okay.
I'm in Wuhan, aka China's carb capital, and never in my life have I eaten so many carbs in such a short amount of time. But I must say,
Wow.
this city has perfected the art of the carb. Fluffy breads, peppery noodles, carbs filled with carbs, and even an invention of my own.
The ultimate carb sandwich.
So here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pause the video right here. You go grab your carb of choice. Ready? Okay, because I'm about to press play on a Wuhan food adventure like you've never seen. Hello, and welcome back to another Chinese food adventure. We're actually starting today's video off here at Sydney Airport, where I'm just finishing off a spot of breakfast before heading back to China and exploring what many people call the breakfast capital of the country. Of course, Wuhan. I did recently pay a trip to Tianjin, another very strong contender for the title. And in that video, when I referred to Tianjin as China's breakfast capital, people from Wuhan were very quick to comment. So just how good is Wuhan breakfast? Well, I'm excited to find out. I'm going to be eating exclusively breakfast while I'm here in Wuhan, which isn't long, mind you. I'm just on a stopover. It's currently 10 p.m. I'm leaving at 5 p.m. tomorrow. So we're diving in right away. In fact, in the taxi on my way to the hotel, I ordered my first breakfast items because here in Wuhan, you can have breakfast delivered to you at any time of the day. I'm like half asleep right now, but we're doing this. We have some Wuhan classics right here. I got it takeout. First up, of course, we have mian. It's the iconic Wuhan noodle. It's built around a rich sesame paste, sometimes mixed with a little peanut butter too, then seasoned with soy sauce, vinegar, chili oil, and plenty of black pepper. I mean, it's a classic for a reason. Check out the coating of sesame sauce on those noodles. It's so nutty and rich and delicious. And actually something that I learned goes very well with the mian is this here, which is danjiu, which means literally egg alcohol. Ooh, it smells like a little bit like rice wine. Ooh, it is a very nice pairing, I have to say, because the mian, they're quite salty, very rich from that sesame sauce. And this is like slightly sweet. It's got a very light alcoholic taste, more like a rice wine to it. The egg inside is probably the most random element for me because every now and again you just get a bit of egg in your mouth. I also ordered one more thing because I needed to meet the minimum spend requirements for my takeout order. So I also got doupi, another absolute classic here in Wuhan. It's a very interesting dish, actually. It starts off with a golden skin made from a batter of ground rice and mung beans, then egg is brushed on too, then sticky rice is added, and finally a mix of fragrant mushrooms and dried tofu. Then it's flipped to cook on the other side, and what I found interesting is actually a plate is used as a utensil in this context. And even more interesting, I've learned that back in the day, instead of a plate, they actually used a clamshell to do this. Wow, that is super umami. Like, check out all of the mushrooms on the bottom of it there. Strong flavors, heavy carbs. This is a pretty perfect preview of what to expect from Wuhan breakfast in general. There's also a little bit of a strategic first breakfast here in Wuhan, breakfast at 11 p.m. Because these are all dishes I've actually tried before and they're all Wuhan classics. And I mean, how can I come to Wuhan and not feature in some capacity mian or doupi? But in this video, I wanted to go beyond some of those classics that everyone knows about and delve deeper into local recommendations. So I asked my subscribers on Chinese social media before coming here what to eat in Wuhan for breakfast, and there was one girl in particular who wrote the most beautiful breakdown of what to eat, where to eat it, and all these local recommendations. So I actually thought I'd reach out and ask directly if she wanted to join me for breakfast. So that's my plan for tomorrow morning.
Hello. Hi, good morning.
How are you?
Very good. Okay, so do you feel cold now?
I feel good.
Okay, so we are going this way. Hi everyone, hi, I'm Clarence. That's my English name. I do have another name, Iris, so I'm a little bit confused about that. Which one should I say? But Clarence is okay. Clarence is the name for my work, and Iris is the name for my hobby. I have different identities.
Love that. Your English is amazing.
Thank you.
How did you learn?
I major in English, but I'm still got a little bit nervous because, you know, in your video there are so many Chinese, they can speak very wonderful English, and I really think, oh, maybe I can be one.
Yes, yes, it was so cute. You said the other day, oh, you're your dream for
Yes.
2026 was
Yes.
to be in one of my videos.
The very first goal, yes.
Well, it's
And
the
then-
9th of January. You're going to
Yes.
need a new goal. So what's the first on our agenda for today?
First one, we are going to a market, a local market.
It's located on Changchun Road and it's a super local, non-touristy morning market, the kind of place where you can grab breakfast and your fresh produce all in one go.
Here's a little quiz for you. I will ask you later, but you can see here we have these very special vegetables. Did you see this before?
No.
We call it tai tai. It's a very local, special Wuhan vegetables.
It looks a little bit like asparagus meets broccolini.
But it's better than them.
Really?
Yes.
Clarence has let me know we'll eat it at some point today, but for now, it's time for one of Wuhan's most iconic breakfasts, 鲜鱼虎汤粉.
鲜鱼 means the fresh fish. Hu means the texture is sticky, and fen means rice noodles.
And like any good breakfast, you can jazz it up with your toppings of choice. Here we've got coriander, spring onion, teeny dried shrimp for that umami taste, and some pickled veggies too.
So back in time, people are really poor, so we sell the bigger fish to other people, and we save the little fish and the shells, the shrimps. So boil it over and over again to make it super umami, and then we use the broth. And we add the rice powder, make it super sticky, and then we add salt and pepper. So that's why it looks like in this color, because it's super peppery.
How do you do it? Like this? Okay. I've learned that slurping is an essential part of this experience. Whoa. It's like so peppery.
Very peppery. That's Wuhan style.
It's so peppery, it's almost spicy. It hits me right in the back of my throat. And it's not only like that feeling of, oh, I'm eating pepper, it's the taste. Like you can even see the pepper in there.
Can you taste the fish taste?
To be honest, no. No. If I didn't know that there was fish inside
yeah,
this,
you don't know.
because there's just too many other flavors in this.
Yeah, and then we can get one youtiao. That's we dip it in. That's beautiful.
As a foreigner still getting used to Wuhan's peppery flavor profile, I actually liked how the youtiao toned things down a bit. At the same time, I don't want to go too hard on them because I know Wuhan's got a lot of carbs, and our next one is waiting for us right outside this breakfast stall here. This one's called jiguanjiao, literally rooster's comb dumpling, and once you see the shape of it, the name makes perfect sense. Oh, it's so tender. Look at that bread, and then inside you've got the meat, some spring onion. I already know this is gonna be really good. Wow. Wow. It feels unethical to pay 2.5 renminbi for this.
Yes.
This is something I would travel to Paris and go to a bakery and it's steaming, and it's just like, firstly, just how soft the bread is, but then it's also slightly crispy on the outside.
Yes.
So just that texture itself, it's just magic. I love all the spring onion inside, the meatiness. It's heavy, but it also feels quite light. It's like all the great things about a really soft youtiao,
Yes.
but with flavor. Wow. Oh my God. This might be one of my favorite breakfast breads that I've ever kind of come across. I'm starting to think that Wuhan is deserving the title of China's breakfast capital.
Is this now? For real?
Have you been to Tianjin?
No, but I really want to go there.
Yeah? Some people say that Tianjin is the breakfast capital of China.
But I think Wuhan is bigger.
What are we having next?
This one.
黄碱脆皮欧圆子.
And here you can see the ingredients of fresh lotus root, salt, and the chestnut powder. And the price. Super easy, the brand tell you everything.
So is this the raw product?
Yes.
So the lotus mix is then molded into balls and popped into the deep fryer until golden and crispy. It feels like I'm cheating on breakfast because I'm eating this one and I'm drooling over another one.
I love it. More than 鸡冠饺.
Really?
Yes.
Because this is going to be hard to beat.
那个是刚刚惹你吗？
哦，你好，哇，你好漂亮。
谢谢你，她好漂亮啊！
没有没有，你是模特吗？
我是卖园子的，是我们家有园子，吃的越吃越漂亮哦。
Okay. Let's try lotus balls. Oh. Oh.
Did you ever try this kind of taste before?
No, it's fried and the outside is super crispy. The inside is soft, but then you also have the benefit of the crunch of the lotus, which gives it even more. Wow, 真的好好吃。
我们这里叫什么网红小吃？
Good, wow.
Not only 网红, it's really good. It's true.
Is there ginger inside?
这里面放姜了吗？没放吧？放了一点。Oh, you're good. Yes, there is
Yeah.
ginger. Yes.
I really
她很
like
会
it.
吃。
But this is by no means the only lotus product you'll find in Wuhan. Next door is another lotus breakfast favorite called oujia, basically a fried lotus sandwich. Why is there so much lotus here in Wuhan?
Because Wuhan is the land of fish and rice, and we have another name of Thousands Lake City. We have 1,000 lakes. Not only the Donghu East Lake, we also have West Lake, South Lake, Northwest Lake, West Lake, Northwest. Yes, we have a lot of lakes. So in the lakes, we have the lotus, we have the flower, and we have the lotus root, and we have the lotus seeds in the summer. And in different seasons, we can taste different products from lotus.
Oh my god.
There are 2 slices of lotus root and meat and spring onion inside.
It's good. I don't think I like it as much as the jiguanjiao and the ouyuanzi.
Yeah.
But it's still a very nice snack.
Hello. Sorry, I'm popping in here super randomly, but I've got some very exciting news to share. A huge dream of mine is finally happening. I'm officially launching my first ever food tours, and I have put so much love into this itinerary. Basically, if you've ever watched my videos and thought, I want to go to China and eat like that and travel like that, this tour is designed for you. It's going to be a 10-day Southwest China food tour through Sichuan, Chongqing, and Guizhou, taking you well beyond the usual tourist route to places like Leshan, Yibin, and Guiyang. And we're going to be eating super local, authentic, down-to-earth, and most importantly, delicious dishes, just like you see me eating in my videos. Some notable mentions include tianpiya, the sweet-skinned duck, my favorite duck dish in China, Qingsuitang, which was my highlight dish of 2025. And while we're talking about favorite dishes, we're having lenguochuai, which was my husband's. He said it's in his top favorite dishes of his entire life, so you're gonna love that one, as well as my favorite Chinese breakfast of all time. You're gonna be eating all of that and more. I'm releasing 2 small pilot tours with just 18 people per tour, departing on the 19th of May and 10th of June, and I'll personally be on both of those tours. And very excitingly, bookings actually open this weekend on Saturday, the 31st of January at 2 p.m. China time. And since spots are very limited, the best way to stay in the loop and make sure you don't miss out is by joining my email list. Even if you're not ready for this tour, but you think you might like to join one in the future, I'd love to see you there, because the email list is where I'll be sharing all tour updates, future trips, new itineraries, and first access moving forward. So the link to my website is in my description. You can sign up for the email list there, and you'll also find full day-by-day breakdown of the itinerary, any FAQs you might be interested in, as well as pricing details. This is just so surreal. I can't believe I'm sitting here and talking to you about this right now. It's a huge dream come true. Thank you all for believing in me and supporting me over the years. I hope to meet some of you in China soon. Anyway, I'll take you back to Wuhan. Enjoy the rest of the video. That was a seriously efficient breakfast experience, and I'm very happy to enjoy a few minutes of digestion in the taxi before our next carb of the day, which is tucked away here down a side street.
你记得我吗？前2天来了。好啊。是的。
So why did you choose this stall here?
Miba is my favorite Wuhanese street stall snack. But I can rarely find a very traditional one, but this is the traditional one. Miba is made of the rice, and now she's going to make us a fresh one with a super crispy size.
I've learned that the thicker it is, the less crispy it gets. So check out how thin she's making this next batch. And as it cooks, you can actually smell this fermented, almost alcohol-like aroma coming from the fermented rice in this.
The auntie just tell you that this is only in Wuhan, not in the foreign country.
对，我们国外没有这个。
面窝它是
面我等会儿去那边那个烧麦那边，也是烧麦那边有面窝、小面
还有
窝、汽水
手
包。
饺、热干面、胡糖粉，只要你想吃，什么都有。它就不像那国外的，过个早都很困难。
We say the 过早。
哦，过早。
Have breakfast is not just 吃早餐，we say 过早。
武汉的东西太多了，你吃不过来。那是剁馍，看到没有
This one is called 剁馍。剁 means the action we chop. Use a knife to chop it to pieces.
And I don't think I've ever seen such a springy bread.
Oh my gosh, look at this bread. Oh, it's still warm. Oh my goodness. And how do people usually eat it? Just take a slice and go, or do they put something on top of it?
Both. For example, we can use it as a sandwich bread, the ciabatta.
That's what I was thinking.
So we call this Wuhan's ciabatta.
I'm just going to try it on its own. It's made from flour, but it almost tastes like it's made from rice.
Yes.
Because the texture is so soft. Really moist. Yeah, and it's also a little bit sweet as well.
Yes.
It's like somewhere between a sponge cake and a bread. And all I can think about is what I would put in it as a sandwich. So I'm going to bring that with me.
Anyway, our miba are ready now. They've been both fried and steamed, so I'm really intrigued to try the texture.
She doesn't put any filling inside. It's just, wow, look, it's steaming.
Makes you happy, right?
Yeah, I think what's great about this is the texture. The crispy outside.
Super crispy. Do some ASMR.
A slight sweetness.
And
this is just very easy.
To make you feel light.
It is very Moorish. It's one of those things that you can just like pick up walk down the street, have a little bit as you go.
I've learned this is basically a core skill of Wuhan locals, and Clarence explained to me later that day that people here are so dexterous they can comfortably carry and eat multiple breakfast dishes while walking at the same time.
And maybe you can ride in the bicycle and have the ramen
At the same time.
And for me, I can do that with umbrella in the rainy days, and I eat my ramen because sometimes it's very rush time. Rush time, so we need to hurry up. So we do that together. But it's not good for your health, not good for your stomach. Don't do that. Don't do that out of Hubei because it may be a little bit rude for people to walk around because they think it's not polite. But in Wuhan, it's okay.
And once she pointed it out, I started seeing people eating and walking everywhere. All right, time for our next breakfast of the day. And for those of you keeping count at home, this is carb number 10 of this breakfast food adventure. And for number 10, it's a very special one. It's the iconic Wuhan shaomai.
Yes, you are seeing that right. She is watering the shaomai with a watering can.
And apparently this is the place to be. What you're seeing here is actually 2 queues, one for lining up to get a ticket and the next for claiming your food.
So how are the shaomai of Wuhan different to shaomai in other places?
We know that the Cantonese style is full of the egg wrappers and the meat inside. For the northern cities in China, they have the mutton one, right? But this one is basically the peppery glutinous rice with mushroom and pork.
I'm sensing a theme. I feel like in Wuhan you see a lot of mushroom, a lot of pepper, and a lot of glutinous rice.
I used our time in the queue learning how to order our items in the local Wuhan dialect.
你好，四个烧吗？一锅蛋饺。How was my pronunciation?
Nice. She can understand. That's enough.
Wow, they are big. Thank you, 谢谢。
Clarence warned me these shaomai were going to be heavy, so we ordered some very Wuhan-style refreshments. The classic danjiu that I had last night, and this osmanthus guihua humijiu with tangyuan inside. And I just thought it was hilarious that even the refreshments are somehow also carbs.
Look at the texture of it. That's so interesting. It's like a pudding texture. It's so thick.
And combined with that warm sweetness of the osmanthus inside, it's a perfect wintertime sweet treat.
Now let's have these massive shaomai.
I think it's a must to show you what is inside because it's very, very soft.
Wow. Oh, they are super soft, aren't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you see color-wise similar like the soup because
it's almost like a boxed lunch in a shaomai. You've got your meat, you've got your rice, you've got some mushrooms in there.
And you can see they are quite big crunch of the meat. And we have some mushrooms. You can smell the...
It smells unbelievable.
And we have the peppery and very, very soft glutinous rice.
Why is there so much glutinous rice in Wuhan here?
So as I say, Wuhan is a city near Yangtze River, right? So we have the port culture. So there are many workers, they need to work hard in the very early morning. So they need something that's very cheap and a big amount to help them to spend the whole day. So we have this. We have doupi, we have shaomai, we have nomi bao youtiao. They're all about the glutinous rice.
And is it the same with all the carbs? Is that why there's so much carbs here?
Yes, and the fried things, energy. We need energy. That's full of peppery.
Wow. You think you're going to be eating one thing and then you taste another because the smell is so fragrant of the mushrooms and the pork. But then when you taste it, the pepperiness is the first taste that you get.
Yes.
And yes, you do have like that umami from the mushrooms and that saltiness as well. But definitely the first thing you taste is the pepperiness. It's
one
such
by
a
one.
heavy flavor.
Yes, super heavy. So we need something sweet.
I'm glad I have this because, wow, I mean, I've only had one bite of that, but it's lighting my mouth up from all of that pepper. Having grown up in Wuhan, do you feel like when you go somewhere else, you always need to add pepper because it's never enough pepper?
When I'm in Manchester, during the COVID time, I was at home, I can't go back, and I see the videos on like how to make the Yanshi shaomai, and I tried. And I nearly got like half a bottle of the black pepper.
Wow, you need that much?
Yes, I need that much because I add some and I taste, not the taste, and
keep adding,
yes.
I mean, yeah, to get that level of pepperiness, you really need to be adding a lot.
And my way to do is just get one and like bite the half of it. You need to try very hard because it's super big.
It's got to be one of the heavier shaomai in China.
Heavier soup, the heavier shaomai.
It's heavy food. I just remembered, I still have my bread here. I'm thinking that filling is so intense. Maybe I can try to make the ultimate carb sandwich. We have glutinous rice inside of the wrapper, inside of bread. Oh,
it's bad.
Right, because the slight sweetness of the bread, it works really well.
Okay, this is also my first time to combine these two. I never do that. We have the youbing bao shaomai before. It's like the fried dough with
tried that.
shaomai, right? But
Yeah.
now you invent a new one.
What do you think? It's nice with the
It's
sweetness,
okay.
right? It's okay.
Because for the people, for the tourists, you don't want to taste, not so heavy, you can try this combine.
I think that's good.
Combination good.
But for you, you're used to having the
Yes,
strong
I'm
flavor.
used to it.
You don't need the bread. You don't need the sweetness. You're just like, give me the pepper. I might need a break soon. It's been like go, go, go.
Later
And
we have a
breakfast.
break.
Oh, later.
But that time is not now. We're heading next door for, you'll never guess it, another fried carb. But this one, a variety of mianwo, does look right up my alley.
It looks so cool. It's basically just like pieces of sweet potato
Yeah,
that come
sweet
together to
potato.
make a pancake.
Yeah, it's
But I
like-
do have to say, I think this may have to be my last deep fried food of the day. I'm getting to the point where I see a stand like this and I'm like, oh. I mean, it is exactly what it looks like. It's delicious. It's crispy. It's hot. It's sweet potato.
It's anything fried is good.
Yeah, if I lived in Wuhan, I think this would become a regular breakfast of mine. I love sweet potato.
But now some digestion time and a well-earned coffee. I feel like I'm also seeing a lot of coffee shops in Wuhan today.
Yes.
It feels quite young.
New cultural vibe like Shanghai and Beijing because there are so many students, the young people, the teenagers here to give their life.
To understand Wuhan's demographic, you also need to understand its geography. With major rivers intersecting right here, Wuhan has historically been a meeting point. Over time, that made it also a center for education. And today, Wuhan is home to more than 80 universities, which gives the city a distinctly young and energetic side.
And some people even try the rogamian style of the coffee, but I didn't try that before. They put some sesame, yeah, the sauce dip in.
As soon as I heard about that, I knew I had to try it, which is, from what I understand, a normal latte with some peanut sesame sauce added.
You guys have heard me talk about this before. Pick a city, any city. If there's a regional specialty
Yes.
food,
They come.
odds are they will have made a coffee out of that specialty. I actually think that this is going to be very tasty because I think the sesame sauce actually sounds like it makes sense with coffee.
Because the nuttiness and it's super creamy.
I'm gonna say this is my favorite variation of the local food coffee that I have personally had.
Definitely safe.
it-
Definitely
it's-
safe to try. No risk.
But before we left our previous coffee store, Clarence and I had a really cute moment that I want to take you back to.
So you see, I got a backpack today because I hide my present here.
Oh, what?
Yeah, and there are several things for you and your husband, Dirk.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, and now we are going to have a game. I grab one and please you try to memorize what's this, the English name or the Chinese name or the dialect. Okay, I will give it to you.
Okay.
Let's do it one by one.
This is
The
so
first
cool.
one is my favorite. I think it's so cute. It's kind of the vegetable.
Okay. Just tai tai.
Perfect. Give you two. One for you, one for Dirk.
Of course, it's the vegetable we saw this morning.
Gosh, that's so cute.
Okay, and now it's something we eat today.
Okay.
We ate today. What's this one?
Oh, this is it's a ji guan jiao.
You're super. Yes, very good. This is a jiguanjiao bag. The
Oh my God.
It's an eco-friendly bag. You want to have a try? And I think it's very useful, right?
Oh, and it even has like the
Yes.
breakfast items on it.
Yes, you can
We had this
see.
one, the mian wo,
Yes, yes.
油条,
Very good.
豆皮, 热干面. This is the sweetest. Thank you.
And I have more.
Oh my god.
Have eaten it today.
Yeah. Oh, it's the 藕家三明治.
Yes, we just call it ojia.
Ojia.
And you can see what's this. It's also useful. How to open?
Oh. It's a mirror.
Is that funny?
What the F? That's so hilarious. Wow, I'm gonna be the coolest girl ever. I'm gonna go around with my key
Yes,
ring
show off your Wuhan
and my
style.
bag.
Yes.
And then when I need to see if I've got something in my teeth, if I've got some.
Yes, I have two more.
Oh my gosh.
There are two blind boxes.
Oh, cool.
Two. One for you, one for your husband.
Oh my-
I highly recommend you open it now because I'm really curious about it. I don't know what is inside.
Okay, do I open Derek's one as well?
Yes.
Both. Okay.
Both.
So
Just open.
this one will be mine. Guys, this is. I love a blind box, and this is Wuhan breakfast blind box. I feel the holes. It's a liao. I have a collection of liao merchandise. Derek, this is for you, but maybe for me.
We got a pair today. Congratulations.
I've seen tai tai. I now have two tai tai
You must
keychains.
try.
Now I need to try tai tai.
Yes.
We've now come to another area that you said was quite popular.
Yeah, you can hear the sound.
Hear the
typical
sound of tourism of China.
Yes.
Someone in the silver shop banging and making a bracelet. It's not even doing anything. It's just the noise.
And this is where we'll finish off our Wuhan food adventure by finally trying tai tai. This one is stir-fried with some pork belly.
Because we're about to eat tai tai, I thought I would proudly display my very own tai tai over here. And this is, I mean, don't look, it's your cousin. But this is you on a plate.
Before is like purple and red, and after the cooking they turn green.
That's interesting, a bit of a transformation. I don't think
Yes.
I've been so excited to eat a vegetable. Oh, it's so soft. I think of any vegetable, it probably tastes the most like broccoli angle, like maybe
Kind
more
of
like a
like that.
broccolini broccoli
But it's
angle.
juicy.
But juicy and super soft. And the thing is, when you go and put it in your mouth, I was almost expecting it to be a bit tough because when you have broccolini and you have the
Yeah.
stems, it's
It's
a little bit more
different.
chewy. But this
Yes.
is just, there's not really that fibrous nature to it. It's, you can just very easily slice
Yes.
your teeth through it.
All the old people can eat. And different from this one, the branches. Different.
It's so good. Oh, I can understand why Wuhan people love this vegetable because I also feel like you can get a lot of value out of it. You've got the stems, you've got the
Yes.
flower, you've got the leaves. It's very mild,
Yes.
slightly sweet. And some of you may be wondering, why aren't we eating it with rice? Well, we did have a bowl of rice on the table and we were like, no rice. I am done for carbs today. I'm done for carbs for the rest of the week. I need to like take some time to seriously digest.
Vegan time.
But thank you so much for showing me around today. This has been exactly what I was hoping for, a deeper dive into Wuhan food. And I'd also like to mention that you were thinking about maybe doing some walking tours for people who want to come to Wuhan. So I'm going to put your email
Okay.
so you can contact her. That's going to bring us to the end of today's food adventure. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, goodbye from Wuhan.
See ya.
Bye-bye.